Hello and welcome to What Map, the map review show for Cities Skylines. There are tens of thousands of maps in the workshop now, and so finding the right one for your next build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review one, using our 5-star rating for aesthetics, detail and gameplay potential, awarding only the very best the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, and it's Friday, which means it's request day, but better than that, it's Patreon request day. Yeah, we do a weekly poll over on Patreon, and you get to choose what map you want to see on a Friday. We've gone with this, apparently. Very close vote, though. I'll talk about that in a minute. Followed by this mystery asset. I wonder what that is. And then we're going over to one theme and 4 different LUTs, including this computer game-based LUT. Okay, so what have we got today? Well, prepare for all things Nordic and mountainous. It's Rauma by siverthovde. Siverthovde. I'm going with that. Right, there's your start square, and like I say, this map is based on an area. It's actually a reboot map as well, for that matter. There's your resources. A reboot map. They've done one before, and it's like an upgrade version. Final Destination, I think, is nothing to do with the actual movie itself. Oh, by the way, there you go. You just need some conifers. It's no nod to the movie. I believe it's just right, we're not doing any more work to this map. This is Rauma finished. This is Rauma's final destination. I think that's the point. Right, so anyways, this was a very, very close vote. A little bit of glitching in the road just there. Not much. It's fine. I'll let that go. Very close vote. One vote in another direction could have made a 4-way tie. I don't know what I'm going to do if that ever happens. But fortunately, this one came out with a very, very, very narrow win. Well, I think it was about 35% of the votes. It was very close. Very close indeed. But yes, it's based on a Norwegian area. We're looking at going down the side. Obviously, the roads here. The roads are pretty good. Right. The build of the roads, I might have a 1-2 grumbles about the location of roads, like this close to the fjord. Might be a problem. What you got there? That's not too bad a bridge, considering it's not totally symmetrical. That's not bad. I can give that one. But yes, the thing about this map is, I mean, I'm playing with vanilla LUT settings here, right? I was going to tweak it, but this seemed to almost match the thumbnails, and that was as close as I thought was worth getting. Look at that. So there's your start square there. No, loads of build location. The colours seem pretty dark, which would kind of match the eternal darkness of, say, northern Norway, where in the winter when the sun simply does not rise, and you've got like 3-hour days. There you are. See, that's that. And then over there was, where's the other? Where's the other? Over there it is. You see it? So they're quite close together. So yes, you've got those problems there. But the thing is, I would suggest, if this is northern Norway with all the darkness and gloom, a little bit lumpy bumpy with the rail there, by the way. I would like to have seen a little bit of snow, because northern Norway in the winter it does snow. We got here this bridge. It's fairly neat, but look under there. Can you see a little bit of glitching on both sides actually? Shall we get right down there? Yeah, a little bit of glitching under both sides of the bridge there. Oh dear, never mind. Little minor things to gribble about with this map. Nothing. No, there are no outstandingly huge errors. Speaking of which, though, join me tomorrow. I'm going to do something I have never, ever, 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 ever done before on a map. Okay, something to look forward to. If you like watching me eat humble pie. Now, trees hanging onto the edge of this cliff here. I'm going to let this go, but I don't like that. I think that's I don't mind 1 or 2 trees hanging onto an edge, but they just seem to be just a few too many, and it does seem to be like pure rock there. I wouldn't have thought they would have got a holding onto that cliff face. But like I say, it's all personal opinion. You might like it. We do have trees overhanging the railway line and biting into the power lines there, and there's quite a few of them on this line, which you probably already noticed, like another one there. So there's quite a few. But like I say, this as maps go, it's got some build space. You're not going to build them. Oh, a huge one. That's almost like growing out of the rail. It's not, but it's almost growing out of the rail. A little bit up and down there. Could have been a little bit flatter. So yes, we're talking valleys and lots of mountains here. It looks, I can imagine building a small city, Oslo sort of style small city, and it looking quite good. But yeah, where's this going to end? Around here somewhere. Get ready, we're going to do that mystery asset review. You ready? Sit back and guess what's this going to be. This I liked a lot. Okay, this is based on a real thing. This is a French Fountain 1 by our returning friend Gèze. And this is lovely. Look at this. Look at that. Now that isn't flowing water. That's just clever detailing there. That's translucent in the same colour as the water itself. And it's beautiful. Well done. Well done. We've got little fountains on the top as well. Look at them. Can you see them there? Some places you can see them, some angles you can't. That's a very nice detailed piece of work. French Fountain. French? My voice is going. French Fountain by Gèze. Today's asset of the day. And that is really wonderful. I like that. Which means we should go back to Rauma. Final destination by siverthovde. 2 shipping routes. One that just cuts across the corner of the map, which you may not be able to use unless you re-expand out that way. And then this one, this is like a shipping loop. And this is fine, this is perfectly good. It goes right into the middle of the map, loops around on itself, and goes right into the fjord. And yes, you could probably get a dock down there somewhere, I'd imagine. Flowing water, we've got lots of rivers, and that work as rivers. I mean, they proper flow, so I'm not going to show you that really. Once the rivers enter the fjord, it kind of slows. And if you look down here, there's absolutely no water movement here, and I'm picking just a couple of random places. Now we've got a bit of water movement here. Oh, good, that's good, yeah. That's just coming around from this river that's flowing out there, and there's not really much movement once you get beyond that. So I'm wondering whether there might be some problems. So we've still got some water flow here, but it's actually coming into the fjord. That's weird. It's very weird. What about that little bay there? That little bay has got no movement at all. So I guess a little bit there coming in once again. I guess you could stick your sewage outlets there and just pollute that area and not worry about it. Right, what have we got then? We've got build planes. So build planes, like I say, they're small. They're interesting. They're not perfectly flat, but they are quite flat. And, oh, these rivers. Look at this. We've got a few drowned trees going on here. Quite a few drowned trees. 1 or 2 I don't mind. This you could say was, you know, if this was spring in Norway, with the snow on the mountains has now melted and all this water's flooding down, I guess I could buy into that. But it's still a bit gloomy for spring. I'm thinking if you've got sun that's melting the snow, then it would be not quite so gloomy. One of those contradictions, I think. A little bit of a contradiction. The water's not entirely even coming down here, but once again, we could say it's like a little mountain, river, stream thing. I guess to a degree we can forgive it, as long as it stays within the banks. I think we can allow that. Yeah, do you reckon? Yeah, me too. Anyway, I'm following this. There are lots of rivers. We're not going to follow all of them. I'm following this one because it's a little bit interesting once it gets to this point here. We start climbing up this like a long, steep waterfall thing. We get to this little pool. A pool, it's a lake. It's a small lake. And I like that, right? And then we get to, because it's hidden the source, but has it? Because look, we've got water pouring into it from here. Just get to that angle, you can see the light on it. So if we go up there, what are we going to find? Another lake. Oh, look at that. And that's exciting. But wait, that's not it. Look, if we come over here, We've got, and so 3 water sources all hidden beautifully in the lakes. I think that's lovely. That's lovely work. Not so lovely though is down here. Now this is the start of one of these rivers, right in the fog. We've got overflowing. Now this tends to ebb and flow. I mean, one minute I came back and checked, and it was fine and steady, and then we get this flooding going on. And once again, flooding, it happens. It does happen, but it just seems to me that that's not by intent. If it was intended, I think I would have let it go, but no. Start square and build locations. Yeah, like I say, you've got these valleys. The slopes are workable if you want to bulldoze a few trees, of course. You can definitely build a few estates into the foothills there. And if we go off into the mountains, which is a huge chunk of the area, you can actually get up and build some mountain towns up here if you want to. I think that's probably where the fun in this game is going to come from. Trying to make a few mountain communities. Definitely. So anyway, we'll head up here, and like I say, you have, say, all around. I'll just go up to the top of the mountain, look down that little peak there, get an idea of the view. But yeah, like I say, you can get some building going on in the mountains. But that is probably where the fun is going to come with this map. Shall we settle down and find a place? One of my main grumbles, like I say, is the road network. I think it's possibly a little bit too close to the fjord for my liking. You can't really build an interesting fjord front. Aesthetically, I kind of like the darkness, but it doesn't make any real sense to me without the snow. So I'm going to give that a solid 3 stars. 3 stars pushing towards a 4th. Detailing, well, for every really nice bit, there's something that's holding it back, and I have to give no more than a middly 3 on that one. Gameplay potential, I think there's plenty of gameplay potential here. No major city builds here, of course. It's quite tricky, quite a difficult map to play, but I think once you get stuck into it, I think it's worth a 4th star. So Rauma, Final Destination by siverthovde. And that is today's map. Like I say, join me tomorrow for me eating humble pie about a map previously this week, which needs to be adjusted. Right, today's theme selection. We have Temperate Coast 4K theme, and this is at midday as always. And we have, as usual, in the top left-hand corner, vanilla temperate LUT, because you guys like to have something consistent to compare against. Top right and bottom left, we've got your vote winners, the ones that you've chosen to go on loop. We've got Definitive Vision top right and Overcast Natural bottom left. And in the bottom right, and well, a unique LUT is the only way I can put this. Mirror's Edge red menu. Now Mirror's Edge, I know that you guys are like strategy and simulation players. Mirror's Edge seems to... I've not played it, I've seen a little bit of gameplay, and it looked fun. It's like a free-running, first-person, shooter, fighter, action kind of game, in the style of, say, something like a Grand Theft Auto, where you run and jump and do all those things, and everything's realistic-ish. But the colour schemes in the game are really quite interesting. And when you look at what you see there in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, all the blues and the reds, and you're thinking that looks stupid, that looks odd. Yeah, it would. And certainly within Cities, I can't imagine many of you, unless you're building a Mirror's Edge recreation, what am I on? Unless you're rebuilding the Mirror's Edge city, I'm not even sure what city it's supposed to be. This is how much I know about Mirror's Edge. I can't see you wanting to use this, but if you are, wow, absolutely the perfect LUT for you. And that basically is all I've got to say on that. Right, so shall we factoid ourselves for a minute? I reckon we should. How about some law and disorder? What do you think? Right, in England, the game of bowls was once banned. Why? Why? Were they throwing bowls at each other's heads and trying to dismember themselves? Well, no, but it was something to do with hand-to-hand combat. Oh, yeah, sort of, anyway. It was so popular, it was distracting men from practicing archery. Yes, you never know when the French are going to invade, so you kind of like need your archery skills there, I guess. In 1694, Queen Mary of England died, and the barristers went into black robes of mourning. That was 1694. And they're still wearing black robes to the day. To this day, even. The Scottish inventor of the first two-wheeled self-propelled bicycle was prosecuted for dangerous driving. Yeah, get off the pavement! Get off the frickin' pavement! Where are we? How about this one? A French executioner was once sacked for pawning his guillotine. Oh, you can kill other people, kill people in other ways other than chopping their heads off, you know. It's been proven. It has been proven. Lots of things can see your demise. Right, when parking meters were first introduced into the United States of America, I've heard of that place. Where have I heard of that place before? USA. Oh, I know, it's beyond me. Anyway, some place called United States of America. Furious drivers beheaded them with axes. And I'm not at all surprised. Modern day, of course, they'd just take a double-barrel shotgun and blow their heads off. But that's probably me being too political. Whoops. The wearing of tartan was banned. Not sure where, it just says banned. I'm guessing in the UK again, of course. It's the UK knowledge, this one. The wearing of tartan was banned from 1746 to 1782. And I guess I kind of want to know why now. I might have to wiki that in a minute. Feel free to do so in your own time. In 1620, Oliver Cromwell, the Lord Protector, was publicly denounced. Sorry, take that again. I'm going to reread that. I did read it correctly, only I then thought I didn't and tried to correct myself. I must improve my reading skills. In 1620, Oliver Cromwell, the Lord Protector, was publicly denounced for participating in the disreputable game of cricket. Now, I'm sure Biffa would approve, because he publicly denounced the game in our interview back on Skylines Talk a few weeks ago. Feel free to search that one out. It'll be in my playlist, Skylines Talk, with me and Biffa. It was a great chat. And basically, cricket, is basically his response. I'd expect more from a tea drinker, wouldn't you? William the Conqueror, he the last person to successfully invade England, decreed that after the tolling of the 8 o'clock bell, everyone should put out their lights and go to bed. Ah, that'll be where Wee Willie Winkie comes from. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about now, remind me to tell you about Wee Willie Winkie. Yeah. Anyways, that is that. I've got to say, do enjoy these factoids at the end. They're great fun. So anyway, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Click the link on the left for the most recent video and the link on the right for another Waltz map. And a big circle in the middle to subscribe. Join me on Patreon to have a look at the maps list, and maybe even if you want to join, vote on next Friday's map. That's it. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow for my humble pie time.